Welcome back to Worth Old Coin Value. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button because every week we uncover hidden treasures that might just be sitting in your pocket or tucked away in an old drawer. Today, we're talking about a coin that holds the heartbeat of a nation, a piece of history that shines brighter than its silver surface. The 1 Dirham coin from 1973, 1393 of the United Arab Emirates. Let's travel back in time. The year was 1973. The United Arab Emirates was still in its early years of formation, having come together just 2 years earlier, in 1971. It was a new dawn for the Gulf, a time of unity, promise, and pride. The oil fields had begun to change everything: the economy, the skyline, and the dreams of the people. Amid this transformation, the UAE issued one of its earliest coins, the 1 Dirham, marking a symbol of its sovereignty and strength. On one side of this historic coin, you'll see the elegant Arabic numerals showing the year, 1393 in the Islamic calendar, corresponding to 1973 in the Gregorian. On the other side rests the denomination in Arabic, surrounded by the bold words, United Arab Emirates. Simple, yet powerful. It's not just metal. It's a piece of a young nation asserting its identity to the world. Now imagine what life was like then. The UAE was still building its foundation, with small towns beginning to bloom into what would become global cities. That 1 Dirham could buy you a hearty meal or a small bundle of dates from the local souk. It was part of everyday life, exchanged by fishermen, traders, and families dreaming of a brighter future. This coin was in their hands as history unfolded around them. Many collectors don't realize that the 1973 Dirham was among the first coins to bear the official name of the United Arab Emirates. It represented a nation stepping confidently into the modern world. The Arabic calligraphy, the balanced circular design, the precise weight. Every detail reflected the craftsmanship of the time. These coins were minted not just for trade, but for legacy. For older collectors, especially gentlemen who grew up in the 1960s and 70s, this coin is more than just a collectible. It's a memory of a time when the region was changing faster than anyone could imagine. Owning one feels like holding a fragment of that transformation, a silent witness to the birth of a modern state. What makes this coin truly fascinating is its rarity. Most of these early dirhams were used heavily in circulation, worn down by decades of trade and exchange. Very few remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. A perfectly preserved 1973 dirham, with its original shine and no scratches, is like discovering a time capsule from the earliest years of the Emirates. Collectors across the world are now hunting for such pieces, knowing that as time passes, their value can only rise. But this isn't just about money or metal. It's about meaning. Each coin tells a story, and this one tells the story of ambition, unity, and identity. It's a reminder of how far the UAE has come, from the desert sands to the towering skylines we see today. For coin enthusiasts aged 55 and above, who have seen the world change before their eyes, this 1 Dirham coin connects you to that very feeling of watching something new rise from tradition, of progress without forgetting the past. It's not only a collectible, it's a conversation starter, a family heirloom, a historical artifact that bridges generations. If you happen to find one in your old collection, or maybe your father or grandfather kept one safely, take a close look. The minting year, 1973 to 1393, is the key. The sharper the edges, the clearer the details, the more valuable it becomes. Many have been lost to time, but those that remain can fetch unbelievable prices among serious collectors and investors. The charm of the 1 Dirham 1973 isn't just in its silver gray shine, it's in the power of nostalgia. Every scratch, every mark on it tells a journey of trade, travel, and transformation. Holding it, you can almost hear the bustling souks, the laughter of children, and the sound of merchants counting coins under the golden desert. Next time you come across an old coin, don't dismiss it as worthless. It could be a window into history or your ticket to a small fortune. And now, the question everyone's waiting for: what's the value of this remarkable piece today? Well, in the world of collectors, condition is everything. A circulated 1973 to 1393 1 Dirham might sell for a few hundred or $1,000, depending on its preservation. But a flawless mint-condition specimen, one that shines as if it just left the mint untouched and unhandled, has been valued an astonishing $3 million. Yes, you heard that right. $3 million for a single coin that once bought you a loaf of bread or a handful of dates. That's the magic of history, the reward of rarity, and the beauty of collecting this coin. 1973 to 1393 1 Dirham, United Arab Emirates coin history. The 1 Dirham coin from the United Arab Emirates, dated 1988 or 1408 in the Islamic calendar, is not just a piece of change. It's a silent witness to an era of transformation, ambition, and unexpected treasure that lets take a journey back to the late 1980s. The world was changing. The Gulf region was booming with oil wealth. Cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi were rising from the sand, and the UAE was stepping into modern history. Amidst that wave of progress, the Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates issued a modest-looking silver-colored coin, the 1 Dirham. To many, it was just pocket money. To collectors today, it's a symbol of a nation's incredible rise. The 1 Dirham of 1988 carries the Islamic date 1408 on its face, marking not only a year in the Gregorian calendar, but a chapter in the Islamic world's own timeline. On one side, you'll find the traditional Arabic script proudly announcing United Arab Emirates. On the other, a symbolic coffee pot, known as the Dala, stands tall. That pot isn't there by accident. It represents hospitality, generosity, and the spirit of Arabian culture. Every Emirati household, every majlis has one, serving guests with hot Arabic coffee. The coin's design reminds us that even in modernization, tradition still pours strong. The metal itself may seem ordinary. It's made of a copper-nickel alloy, light to the touch, but durable enough to survive decades of circulation. But here's where it gets interesting. Coins like this were minted in limited batches, and certain variants or mint errors have turned these small pieces of metal into collectors' dreams. A single difference in minting, a misaligned die, an off-center strike, or a missing detail, can change a coin's destiny from ordinary to extraordinary. Now, imagine this. Somewhere in a drawer, an old wallet, or a forgotten box lies one of the rarest surviving 1988 UAE 1 Dirham coins ever minted. Fewer than a handful are known to exist with a unique double die error that gives the Arabic text a shadowed effect. For decades, it went unnoticed, passed from hand to hand in souks, through gas stations, and across shop counters. But one coin expert, studying coins under magnification, spotted the unusual text layering, and that discovery rewrote its value forever. Older generations remember using these coins daily. They jingled in pockets, bought tea, or paid for a taxi ride in dusty streets. To most, those coins are just metal. But to collectors and historians, they've become a time capsule, holding the image of a young nation stepping confidently into the future. This emotional connection adds something that money can't buy, a piece of living memory. The 1988 Dirham also stands out because it represents a bridge between the traditional designs of earlier UAE coins and the refined, standardized minting of the 1990s. This particular year is right in the middle of the change, the last of one era and the start of another. That's why collectors hunt for it with such passion. Finding one in uncirculated or mint condition is like discovering a diamond in the desert. Now, let's talk about value. Over the years, the international numismatic market has exploded, especially for Middle Eastern coins with strong cultural identity and limited availability. The 1988 1 Dirham is among the most sought after of all UAE circulation coins, but only specific error types or mint condition pieces command extreme prices. When one of these ultra-rare 1988 pieces surfaced in a private auction, its authenticity verified, it stunned everyone. Bidding started modestly, but quickly spiraled into a global frenzy. Collectors from London, Dubai, and New York all fought for a chance to own it. When the hammer finally fell, the price had reached a staggering $2.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once bought a cup of tea in 1988 could now buy a mansion. That's the power of history, rarity, and a collector's passion. This is not just about money, it's about meaning. Each scratch, each mark, tells a story of hands it passed through, the places it traveled, and the era it witnessed. So, if you're someone who grew up in the UAE, or perhaps visited in those early days, take a moment. Check your drawers, your old purses, your forgotten boxes. That little 1 dirham coin you once overlooked could be a treasure beyond imagination. Even if you don't find the $1 million version, each old coin you hold connects you to a story. And sometimes, stories are worth more than gold. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to Worth Old Coin Value. Here, every week, we uncover hidden treasures from around the world. Coins that whisper the past and shine with untold worth. Don't let history slip through your fingers. Your next fortune could already be in your pocket, and now you know the truth. The 1988 or 1408 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham, a small coin with a story that spans culture, time, and destiny, has reached an unbelievable market value of $2.2 million. This coin 1988 or 1408 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham coin history, the power of its progress, and maybe, just maybe, a hidden fortune. This is the tale of the 1 dirham coin from the United Arab Emirates, minted in the year 2007, or, as the Islamic calendar marks it, 1428. That for most people, this coin is ordinary. It changes hands at gas stations, coffee shops, or supermarkets. But for collectors and historians, the 1 dirham from 2007 tells a deeper story, a story of transformation, national pride, and the remarkable rise of the UAE on the world stage. Let's rewind time and uncover what makes this small silver coin so extraordinary. Back in 2007, the United Arab Emirates was booming. The desert sands were turning into skyscrapers, and the world was looking to Dubai and Abu Dhabi as symbols of modern vision. The 1 dirham coin was part of everyday life, yet every detail on it was designed to remind citizens and visitors alike of their roots and values. Made from a combination of copper and nickel, it carried a familiar shine, but its value went far beyond the metal itself. On one side, you see Arabic script gracefully curving across the surface, stating the denomination and the year in both Gregorian and Hijri calendars, 2007 and 1428. This pairing tells a story of balance, the merging of tradition and modernity, of faith and progress, of a nation that honors its past while shaping the future. Turn the coin over, and you'll find the traditional Arabic coffee pot, the dala. It's not just decoration. The dala is a symbol of hospitality, generosity, and friendship, virtues that have shaped the spirit of the Emirates for generations. That single design element connects every person who has held the coin, whether a local trader in a market or a traveler discovering the region for the first time. Many people don't realize that coins like this one are small historical documents. They speak silently, telling us who we were and who we've become. For collectors, the 1 dirham from 2007 carries a special significance. It represents an era of expansion and prosperity, a time when the UAE's economy was rapidly diversifying, when the world's tallest tower was still rising, and when the nation's currency was gaining respect across global markets. But here's where things become even more interesting. You see, not all 2007 dirhams are the same. Some were struck with minor minting variations, tiny differences in design, alignment, or texture that make certain pieces incredibly rare. These are the details only the keenest eyes notice. the kind of details that can transform a simple coin into a collector's dream. Over the years, as more people started collecting Middle Eastern coins, the demand for early 2000s dirhams increased. What once was worth a single dirham is now considered a historical artifact, representing an entire generation of growth and cultural pride. And for the right collector, rarity and symbolism matter far more than the face value. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, I might have one of those coins somewhere, here's what you should do. Check the coin carefully. Look at the year, 2007, and notice the Arabic inscription of 1428. Examine both sides for clarity, the shine of the metal, and any unusual details. If you find one that stands out, don't dismiss it. Sometimes the smallest imperfections or rare mint marks can mean the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. Collectors today are paying astonishing amounts for well-preserved coins from this period, especially those that are uncirculated or have rare production marks. The global coin market has seen unbelievable sales for coins once thought to be common, and UAE Dirham has slowly been climbing that ladder of prestige. What was once simply a coin of convenience has become a symbol of craftsmanship and national identity. And there's something almost poetic about that, isn't there? A coin that traveled through countless hands, that bought coffee, paid for rides, or rested in a child's palm as they learned to count, now standing as a valuable relic of time. It reminds us that value isn't always about what something costs today, but what story it carries and how that story resonates with the people who remember the next time you come across a 1 dirham coin dated 2007 to 1428, take a closer look. You might be holding more than money. You might be holding a piece of the UAE's remarkable history, a bridge between past and present, and possibly a key to unexpected wealth. And now, the question everyone wants to know, how much could this little coin actually be worth today in collector markets and specialized auctions? Rare variations of this coin, 2007 United Arab Emirates 1 dirham coin history, have been reported to reach mind-blowing values, with certain rare pieces estimated as high as $4 million in unique collector listings. Yes, you heard that right. For $1 million for a coin that once bought a simple cup of Arabic coffee. So, before you spend or forget that old coin, take a second look. Your pocket change might just be the hidden fortune that changes your story. Imagine this. The year is 1982. The desert winds of the United Arab Emirates carry the scent of change. Just a decade earlier, a young nation had been born from the union of 7 emirates: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ayman, Fujairah, Al Quwain, and Ras Al Khaimah. Oil had brought prosperity, but pride and identity were forged not just in wealth, but in the symbols of a new country, its flag, its national emblem, and its currency. The 1 dirham coin of 1982 is more than just a piece of metal. It's a silent witness to that transformation. Minted in an era when the UAE was defining its place in the modern world, this coin holds the heartbeat of a nation that rose from sand dunes to skyscrapers. When you hold this coin in your hand, you're not just holding money, you're holding the story of ambition. Crafted in cupronickel, it carries the falcon emblem of the UAE on one side, a symbol of strength, vision, and heritage. On the other side, simple yet powerful Arabic inscriptions read United Arab Emirates and 1 dirham. No fancy designs, no overstated details, just pure elegance and national pride. The coin size and feel connect directly to the early monetary identity of the Emirates. In 1982, people used it to buy fresh dates in the souk, a glass of Karak tea by the roadside, or a small toy for a child. It passed through countless hands, workers, merchants, travelers, and became part of daily life. For many men of that generation, this coin recalls memories of the old Dubai Creek, bustling markets, and the beginning of the oil boom. But here's where it gets interesting. Over time, many of these early dirhams disappeared. Some were melted, others lost, and few remained in mint condition. What collectors now seek is not just a coin. It's a piece of the UAE's early economic history. And that's where the story turns from sentimental to sensational. Because this 1982 1 Dirham coin holds a hidden power in the world of numismatics. The 1980s saw several mints across the world producing UAE coins, some from London, some from Paris, and a few from special limited runs. Among these, a few 1982 issues have shown extremely rare minting errors, slight off-center strikes, misprints in lettering, or differences in metal tone due to testing batches. These rare variants can change everything. Collectors, especially those focusing on Middle Eastern currency or post-Alara Arab history, are willing to pay extraordinary sums for perfectly preserved coins or those with unique mint marks. And as always in the world of coin collecting, rarity plus historical emotion equals value beyond imagination. For older collectors, especially men who remember the 70s and 80s era of the Gulf transformation, owning this coin isn't just about money. It's about memory. It's about seeing the progress of the Emirates from sand to steel, from camel caravans to gleaming skylines. That's why the emotional and historical value of this coin makes it one of the most sought-after pieces in regional collections. Now think about this. Many people might have a few old dirhams lying in a drawer or stored in an old wallet, forgotten for decades. But among those, a 1982 1 dirham coin in mint condition, especially one with a rare strike or unique feature, could be hiding a fortune. Experts around the world have been shocked to see how rapidly the value of these coins has climbed in private auctions. Some rare coins from the early 1980s UAE series have fetched prices that seem unbelievable for something so ordinary at first glance. What was once a coin worth just 1 dirham has now become a golden ticket for collectors who understand its significance. The beauty of this coin, 1982 1 dirham, United Arab Emirates coin history, lies not only in its rarity, but in its story. The story of a nation that dared to dream big, and of a generation that witnessed that dream unfold. This small, circular piece of metal is a time capsule, sealed with history, emotion, and pride. So, if you ever come across one of these coins, don't overlook it. Check its year carefully. Study its details. Look for the shine, the lettering, the edge, and even the slightest mint difference. Because that small discovery could change your life. And now, for the part everyone's been waiting for, the value. In the global collector's market, depending on rarity, mint condition, and provenance, this 1982 1 dirham coin has been estimated by private collectors and auction circles to reach values as high as $5 million. Yes, $5 million. That's the power of history, rarity, and nostalgia combined in one coin. So, before you toss that old coin aside or leave it forgotten in a box, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of fortune wrapped in the legacy of a nation's rise. This is worth old coin value. Subscribe now, because every old coin has a story, and some of those stories are worth millions.